Hi Flosstube, I'm Rachel, stitch.rach here on Flosstube and on Instagram. It's Saturday the 31st, God let's not do January again, of January, and this is my YouTube channel about cross stitch. Hi everyone, welcome. We have made it to the end of January. I am back for the third time in 2026, which I think matches my entire output for about the last 18 months. So I'm really excited to be back and to be making this a regular thing again. Thank you if you are new here. I've had a few new subscribers since the last time I filmed, so you are very welcome. Thank you for coming along and seeing what my channel is all about, and if you are here and you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, I would love it if you would and you enjoy these videos. I'd like to say a big thank you to Cross Stitch Sarah, who gave me a lovely shout out on her last video. I think that's where quite a few of my new subscribers have come from. So if you did come from Sarah's shout out, thank you very much. And given that, I thought I would point out this little pillow here that sits here. I don't have much cross stitch stuff in my video. I would like to change that. I would like to have a bit more on display for you to look at because I think my background's a bit boring. But anyway, I do have a couple of bits here. This is a pin cushion I made myself a little while ago, but this one here is actually something Cross Stitch Sarah made. So I have met Cross Stitch Sarah once in 2024 at Stitch in London, and we both did the smalls exchange, and just by luck I picked up Sarah's package and this is what she made. It's the Stitch All the Things. It's a nice little pillow and she put some London backing fabric on it. Is that in focus? There we go. So that is actually from Cross Stitch Sarah and it sits right there while I am filming. I have a picture of us together with this pillow. If I can find it, I'll insert it now. But thank you for the lovely shout out, Sarah, and you're usually here with me in spirit in my videos, just there. I hope the lighting's okay. It's quite gloomy this morning, and I haven't put the light on because I don't like how the lighting goes if I have to put big light on. So I've left it off, and it's not looking too bad on the camera, so hopefully we'll get on okay, but it is very gloomy. It's a typical kind of grey, it's not raining, it rained last night, but it's a typical kind of grey January day. I also do apologise, I'm in my dog walking clothes if you see my leggings, because I'll be doing that after I filmed this. I decided to film now on Saturday because I don't know if I'll film on a Saturday or Sunday going forward. I think it will depend on the weekend. This weekend I've got one of my children has a friend coming for a sleepover tonight. So I know there's an extra child in the house. Well, there's not actually an extra child because I'm getting rid of one of my own children for her own sleepover at her best friend's house. So I'm not gaining or losing children. I just have a different child in my house, someone else's child in my house. And I have been demanded to make pancakes for breakfast tomorrow morning. So I can just see that if I leave this till tomorrow, it just won't happen because extra children, pancakes, all the things. It sounded like a car on the drive, which is strange. So I chose to do this now because my husband has taken my eldest daughter to park run, and then they are going to into Maidstone to buy a present for the friend whose sleepover it is. It's her birthday sleepover, so they're going to go and do that. So I thought, well, I've got like half an hour. My other two children are happily staring at screens, so I'm just gonna be a bad mother for half an hour, let them stare at their screen. I'll come up here and film this, and hopefully it should be quite quiet. But now I've just heard a car go onto the drive. I'm just gonna go and poke my head out the window. I'll cut that bit out. Don't know, maybe it was actually just something going down the lane, but it sounded like something coming on the drive. Anyway, there's nothing on my drive, so who knows. So yeah, so I thought now would be as good a time as any when the house is quite quiet and I can kind of whiz you through what my January has looked like from a cross-stitching perspective. So I'll dive into that in a minute, but thank you Cross Stitch Sarah for your lovely shout out. I've also been watching quite a lot of Flosstube. So during last year, not only was I not filming much Flosstube, I wasn't really watching much Flosstube either. It just didn't seem to be time for anything last year. Anyway, so I've been watching loads of Whip Parades. I am bound to forget some because I haven't written them all down. But I obviously watched Cross Stitch Sarah's. I watched Sarah from Penelope's Pocket Whip Parade. I enjoyed that very much. I might talk about that now. Have I got the bag? I haven't got the bag. So if you watch Sarah from Penelope's Pocket Whip Parade, it's quite long. But at one point, she pulls out a project bag that has a really small star on a Kathy Barrett piece. And she's like, I started this with stitch.rach for her birthday, Sal. And I was like, did she? What birthday, Sal? In my mind, I was searching back and I decided, and I messaged her so she knows this, it must have been like 2020 or 2021. And I started a Kathy Barrett piece called Garden Vegetables, and I think I said to everyone, just stitch Kathy Barrett if you want to join my birthday sale. So Sarah's made like this teeny tiny star on hers, and the reason I was struggling to remember is because, and she was saying, I'm going to restart it, maybe on some different fabric, and I want to get the MPIs for it, all the things. So she's going to restart it. And the reason I struggled to remember this birthday sale was because I started Garden Vegetables and it needs restarting because I orientated my fabric the wrong way round, which I discovered at the first Essex Needles retreat I went to. I discovered I'd orientated my fabric the wrong way round. So that must have been, when was my first one? What year are we in? Must have been 2023 I went to my first Essex Needles retreat. I'm looking forward to that. That's in March. In fact, I need to make the final payment on that today. Note to self. That will remind me when I'm editing this to go and pay for my place at Essex. Anyway, so 3 years ago, I realised my fabric was orientated the wrong way. Did nothing about it. And actually, it's in my pile of things to start this year. I still need to frog it as well. But it's in my new starts this year to restart that with the fabric the right way round. So I messaged Sarah and I was like, maybe we should have a restart Rachel's birthday sale or whatever we want to call it. So that was quite amusing that not only had I forgotten that birthday sale, but we both need to restart what we actually started for that. So I watched Sarah. Who else have I watched? I've watched loads of people. I watched Rachel Talking Dog Stitcher. Loved her Whip Parade. Who else? Oh, Wolfie Stitches. Really enjoyed her return to Flosstube. Enjoyed that. I'm sure I've watched someone else as well, and now it's just escaped my mind. But I'm really enjoying the Whip Parades. I love a Whip Parade. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I love them. So that's what I've been kind of doing around my stitching, but shall we see some actual stitching? I'll show you what I have been stitching on this month, and I'll talk a bit about those, and then I'll tell you about the plans I have for February, because it's February tomorrow. We have all survived January. It's felt like the longest month in the world. January, I swear, has lasted about 10 years. It feels like it's lasted 10 years. But we're at the end. Sorry, I keep showing these leggings. I promise you, I am not one of those people who lives in athleisure wear, even though I'm not actually working out. But they are my preferred item. Like, athleisure leggings are my preferred item for walking in. They're just so comfy. But I promise I don't just live in leggings. But I do like them. I would if I didn't think it would probably make me look quite silly. Anyway, I digress. What have I been stitching on this month? So, first thing, just because it's on the top of the pile, this is in no particular order, is my ancient Celtic bookmark. Couldn't think of the word there. I'm not sure this camera's focusing very well today. I think it's just looking at me. Anyway, you get the idea. That's my Celtic bookmark. I said on my Whip Parade, this is definitely my oldest whip. I thought something else was my oldest whip for a long time. But no, it's this. I do apologise, I have a hanging thread because I've been stitching on this I was out and about stitching and a bit in my lunch break at work. I don't get a huge long lunch break at work because I don't work full hours, but this is where I am. I thought this might be finished by the time I film today, but it's not. But all this stripe here has been backstitched. It's not focusing, is it? There we go. So all that little stripe has been backstitched. And then I was struggling on how to attack the knot. And as you can see, I've backstitched all this end of it. But it was a bit faffy, so I've decided to go down both sides. So this side is finished, and I'm nearly finished. I'm like 2/3 of the way down this one. And then I'm going to go and fill in the middle. When I looked at it, I decided that would be the best way to attack that. So I am pretty sure this will be finished by next time you see it. Maybe not fully finished. I'll talk to you about fully finishing towards the end in plans. Because if I say it, it might hold me to it. We've tried that before, it doesn't work. But I think this will be, the stitching will be finished. The only concern I have about fully finishing this, and this is because it's just been thrown in a cupboard for years, is it's one of those Adas that has this, it's like a bookmark Ada, and it's got this scalloped edge, it's like an Ada band. And down at this end, it's frayed. It's mainly on the bit I will, you know, fold up to make the bookmark, but here on the very corner, you are going to see that fray. So I need to do something to make sure the fray doesn't go any further up, and then I'm going to have to creatively kind of stitch that in so it doesn't look too bad. I could probably fluff it up a little bit, and I mean I have to footle that. Lost focus again. I have to do some footling with that, I think, when I come to finish it. But for now, oh god, oh no, oh sorry, I thought I'd just lost the needle, but I haven't. I've tucked it in, and the end's just, because I've only got a little tail, it's come off the needle. But the needle's fine. I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to scrabble around, because I don't like leaving needles, not only because it's dangerous and you might stand on it, but we do have animals, so I'm always panicked if I can't find a needle that one of them will end up with the needle in their mouth. So that's what I've been doing for out and about stitching. I feel like I'm getting a bit back into the hang of Flosstube again. I'm starting to feel a little less awkward now. It's the third time. That's the thing, when you stop and start Flosstubes, the thought of doing it is quite overwhelming, just because you kind of forget how to do it and you feel very awkward every time you kind of have to take that deep breath and restart. It almost feels like the first time again. So I do feel I'm starting to get into the habit of waffling inanely to the camera. You might hate that. You might have like the more efficient stuttering ones than the absolute rubbish I'm talking this morning. I've forgotten to put the picture in. Sorry, zip. Zip, zip, zip. That is in a very fancy project now. Okay, next up is in this beautiful project bag from House of Stitch and Stash. This is, and I think the pattern's folded the wrong way. This is Forever and Ever by Cottage Garden Samplings. I love this. I've stitched on this a lot. I have been recording my stitching days as well. So let's see how many days I've stitched on this since you last saw me. So I did some stitching on this the evening after you last saw me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I stitched on it last night, 8. So 8 stitching days. I just count a stitching day as if it gets 1 stitch. That is a stitching day for me. So some of those days will have been a lot, some of those days will have been hardly anything, but I've touched this 8 times since you last saw it. I'll put in a picture here of where it was last time, but I can kind of remember. And here is where it is now. I've made some great progress on this. It does have a hanging thread. I do apologise. I am not one of those stitchers who is like, oh no, mustn't leave a needle with a hanging thread. No, I leave hanging threads all the time. I often fall asleep doing my stitching. I just can't put any more stitches in before I have to go to bed. Here we go. Finished the birds. I love it. So I think last time you saw it, this cardinal had kind of a disembodied head. And I think we had it must be a hellebore, mustn't it? Must be kind of a closed up winter rose, a hellebore. But I don't think I had any of that greenery they were sitting on, or any of the leaves, or anything. But you will have just seen where it was last time. I am thrilled. I've been stitching on this for my Myelstonn Manor rotation, and I rolled near, I think it was 1,890 stitches for this rotation on it. And I think I still have about 500 to go before I make that. So it just shows how far kind of 2,000 stitches will get you. Because I've still got about 500 to put in. So I think I'm going to get, there's another leaf here. I reckon 500 stitches will get most of, not the house, but most of this done. And then I will put it down for a little while. But I absolutely love it. I'm just thrilled with the progress on this. So there will be more progress on this next time I see you, because as I say, it needs 500 more stitches. But then it's probably going to go away for a while. This is in my kitchen on Myelstonn Manor. It's my kitchen piece. It's stitched on a 36 count Picture This Plus dapple, which is not the called for. I think the called for is Weeks Dye Works Tin Roof, which when I started this, which was kind of COVID-y time, was hard to get hold of. And then I did get hold of a piece which was 46 count, which I decided was just mad and I would hate that. And it was quite a green one as well, and I wanted the grey. Anyway, so I went for this piece of dapple. I'm stitching it in all the called for Weeks Dye Works, and I'm stitching it 1/2. I don't usually stitch 1/2 on 36 count. I usually go for 2/2, but 1/2 was what was called for, and actually I think it looks really good. I don't like stitching with one thread. I'm a weirdo. I like 2 threads. There you go. So that's that. Then the next thing I've been stitching on was a new start this month. You saw it last time. Oh, someone's on the move. I think that's my son coming downstairs. Well, our house has a first floor and a second floor, or if you're American, a second floor and a third floor. We have 2 upstairs basically, and he's just coming down from the attic. This is Be Mine Biscornu by Heartstring Samplery. If you were here last time, you will know I am supposedly stitching this for my husband for Valentine's Day. As a surprise, he won't watch this. Doesn't matter that I say it here. And that's looking ambitious at the moment. It is looking ambitious. This, I've done more on it. Let me see. What's the top? Doesn't matter. It's the same all the way around. This is where I am. So I finished a quarter. And I've got a bit more to do. And haven't even started the bottom yet. When's Valentine's Day? 2 weeks. It's not going to be done. I'll just show him where it is. It's the thought that counts. We're not a big Valentine's people. Like, we will laugh about that. I usually do stitch in things. Maybe next time I'll show you the things I have stitched in for Valentine's Day. About 2 of which are FFO'd and the rest are still waiting. To be fair, it is a little bit his own fault, because I generally stitch on this obviously when he's out, because it's for him. And he didn't go to hockey training like 2 weeks in a row. Like one it was cancelled, and then one it was really raining or something, and he was like, I'm not going. And that's really unlike him, because he will usually be there no matter what, but he was clearly just not feeling it that night. So he just didn't go. So I haven't been able to get some of the stitching, because they go to the pub after hockey training as well. So I usually have good 2 to 3 hours after I've put the kids to bed, before, because they tend to stay till nearly kicking out time. So, you know, once I've got the kids to bed, usually get a really good run at something while he's out at hockey training. But yeah, as I say, he skipped too, so it's his fault really when you think about it. Anyway, that's where it is. He's out now, but by the time I've finished filming this, he'll be nearly back. And this is going to be longer than I thought it was going to be because I am waffling. But he is playing hockey this afternoon, so I might be able to get a bit of work on this afternoon, particularly given one of the friend who's coming here for a sleepover will be here by then, so I probably won't have children nagging me too much. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. It's on. There definitely is a stain on this fabric. Can you see it? I don't think it shows up on the camera. It is very pale and it will be on the bottom, but I've definitely dropped some tea on that at some point. It's on a 36 count Swanbay fabric in the colour Pemberley, I think. Although I bought this at Stitch in London when Marie launched her fabric range. So I don't actually have names on any of the ones I've got, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure this is Pemberley. And I'm stitching it in all the called for weeks, apart from the brown. So what was called for was molasses. Is that going to focus? Nearly did, didn't it? Thought about it. There, molasses. But I didn't have any of that. So I have subbed in DMC 898. But otherwise, all the called for. I think it looks amazing. I think it's going to look amazing when it's done. Will it be done for Valentine's Day? Highly doubt it. But hopefully a bit more this afternoon. That is in a Penelope's Pocket project bag. Okay, next up, what have I been working on? My Whipgo calls. I feel like I'm missing something. No, I'm not. My Whipgo calls. So, in January, my first Whipgo call was Mushy Meadow. This is by Stitchy Princess Black on Etsy. I will link her shop below. I'll put in a picture of where you saw it last time. I've done quite a bit on this. So Whipgo, I'm stitching my first Whipgo call. It's got another hanging thread, I do apologise. I'm stitching my first Whipgo call on a Monday. So Mondays is a Whipgo day. So I've been stitching on this every Monday. And this is where I am. So I finished the border. The border met. It's always a risky moment, isn't it? Why is it whenever you're stitching a border and you're getting close to it meeting, it never looks like it's going to meet, even if it's fine? So I was absolutely convinced it wasn't going to join up, but it did. Hurrah, hurrah. So I've finished all the green in the border and I'm just going around and filling in. Can you see those yellow trees in the border? I have done 2 sides. Oh, I've just seen one of the green trees. Oh, I had to unpick that. That green tree up there isn't complete. And I just remembered I had to unpick it because it was wrong. And I was like, oh, I could just leave it. And then I thought, no, I will see that. It is too wrong. And I'm just going around doing the yellow. And then, really, there's just this little motif. And this is the motif, and that'll be done. Obviously, it's not going to get another Monday because we're going to be in February. But, and my goal is to finish this year. I'm still not thrilled with this colour conversion. I don't like that pale green. It's just, anyway, it is what it is. Obviously, I'm not going to change it now. What was I saying? My goal is to finish this year, and I'm pretty sure this will get finished. It is in my Myelstonn Manor somewhere, so at some point it will get some stitching on there. And I think I might take it for out and about stitching when I've finished that bookmark, because it is quite little and it doesn't have many colours and it's nearly there. So that's a possibility too. But pleased with the progress I have made on that. It's stitched on a piece of 32 count fabric, I think in a colour called Mossy Ruins by Crafty Kitten, but they're not trading anymore, so it doesn't really matter. I think it's Mossy Ruins. And I'm stitching it with my own colour conversion, which I am not particularly thrilled with. I like the reds. It's the greens. I didn't get the greens right in this conversion, but it is what it is, and it's nearly finished, so I'm not going to change it now. So that is that. So that's going to go away for a bit now. Given my Whipgo rotation on that is over, but I think that will be finished by the end of the year. There's not much left to go. I can see me getting to December and going, I'm just going to stitch on that to get it done if it isn't done by then. But I think it will be done long before then. Okay, next is words, Rachel, words. Is my other Whipgo call for January, which is in this House of Stitch and Stash project bag. Oh, I didn't show you the Mushy Meadow project bag, which is this absolutely awesome one from Penelope's Pocket. I love this bag. Absolutely love it. Right, this one is in this House of Stitch and Stash project bag. It is, I think this is my favourite whip, which, given how little Stitch has been on it and how long I've had it for, it doesn't seem like it's my favourite whip, but I think it is. Whenever I stitch on it, I absolutely love it. I love everything about it. And it is the Village of Hawk Run Hollow. So this is my second Whipgo call for January. And my goal for this year is to finish block 4. I would love to get more than that done, but finish block 4 would be awesome. This has had Tuesday evenings in January, and it hasn't had every Tuesday because at least one of those I had to do a Monopoly turn. But it has had every other Tuesday in January. I'll put in a picture of where it was last time. I think last time, because I haven't seen that picture, so you will now have seen this picture, but I think last time I hadn't quite finished the box that goes around block 4. But it has had a couple more goes out since then, and here's where we are. Yeah. So I've finished the tree that's in the top corner of the block, and these are the chimney pots of the house. Is it City Hall? What is it? It says, oh, it's a boarding house. Opal's boarding house. So you can see that. I finished this tree. I've got the chimney pots, and now I've just got this house to fill in. So I love that. Always love it. Always love stitching on it. It's super easy stitching. It's blocky stitching. It's on 32 count. It's DMC. I love everything about it. This is coming to retreats with me this year. It is great retreat stitching because it's just big blocks. And as I say, the fabrics are 32 counts. It's easy to see no matter what you like. So if you are seeing me at a retreat this year, you'll probably see this. So again, this one is going to have to go away because obviously I haven't finished my block 4, but this is also my Myelstonn Manor. So I will come across it at some point. As I say, I'm going to be taking this to retreats because I love it and it's easy stitching, and I would love to get this finished. But you know, we're on block 4 of 12, so it's got some ways to go. But I absolutely love it. I do think it is my favourite whip. It is on a 32 count in June, I think. D-U-N-E, June. I always struggle with that June. It's a funny sound, isn't it? By Chromatic Alchemy, but they're also not trading. I am stitching it in the DMC on the chart. But I love that. Love everything about it. Pretty sure it's my favourite whip. And that is everything I have stitched on since last time I saw you. So quite a bit there. I have stitched every day in January. Well, I haven't stitched yet today. So presuming I stitched today, which I will. I've stitched every day in January so far. I've had a finish, which I showed in my whip parade. Did I show it in my whip parade? I have shown it to you. I had one finish, which was my Barbara freebie light. I've had 2 starts. I've had Amelia Prescott and the Be Mine Biscornu, and I've stitched every single day. So they are a quick January stats. I intend to do a proper January stat post on my Instagram later. I'm trying to get back on track with my Instagram. I was doing really well, and then I don't think I've posted on Instagram for 2 weeks. But I am trying to get all this stuff back on track. Plans. So, I haven't had a Monopoly turn since I last saw you. So for those of you that don't know, I do 3 challenges. I do Whipgo, which I think most of you will be familiar with, Jessie Marie. That was a small person running past. I do Myelstonn Manor, which is also Jessie Marie, and I will link her video to Myelstonn Manor if you want to know how to play that game. And then I have joined Discord, which I still don't understand, and I play a Monopoly game on Discord. Anyway, so I hadn't had another turn at Monopoly since I last saw you, and then just before I came to film, I got the notification that it was my turn. So I have quickly had a little roll, so I could tell you what came up. I still don't own any properties. I am not going to win this game of Monopoly. It is going very badly for me. But what came up was I landed on someone else's property, so I owe rent. But I owe it on Amelia Prescott. Hurrah! Hurrah! I love her. I love her. And I owe 200 stitches. This hasn't had any attention since you last saw it, but I will show you where it is. So I owe 200 stitches on this. And I think I'm going to come down and do some more on the sun here for my 200 stitches. So I might do that today as well. I think I can tag the next player because it's rent on someone else's property before I have to complete the stitches. I just need to have completed the stitches by my next go. So I might not do it today. I'll see when I get my stitch. I might do it this evening when the husband's in. But yeah, Amelia Prescott, I love her. She was my New Year's Day new start. So she is going to get a little bit of attention. Obviously, Forever and Ever is still my Myelstonn Manor thing. My Myelstonn Manor project. I've got to get another 500 stitches in on that. So that will also get some attention. Whipgo has been called for February. So would you like to see my Whipgo calls? So I have 2 Whipgo boards this year. I have whips and I have a new start board. So I want 12 new starts this year. So on my whip board, actually, funnily enough, Be Mine Biscornu was called. So that is going to get some attention this month. So you never know. Maybe that 14th of February is possible. And then the other whip that came up, and I don't know how I feel about this. Obviously, I put it on my Whipgo board. So this will be on a Tuesday. So Be Mind Biscornu Mondays. Tuesday's call is it the other way around? I put the first number first. No, Be Mind Biscornu might be Tuesdays. This is Mondays. Although I might switch that because A, it's mine and my rules, and B, on a Monday, I have been taking Mushy Meadow out and about with me because it's Whipgo day. And Be Mine Biscornu's a lot easier to take out and about than this. Anyway, what is this that I have all these reservations about that I put on my Whipgo board? It's this. It's English Castle. It's my Dimensions Gold kit. If you haven't been here before, let me show you. Let me show you where I am on this. I'm stitching all the kit stuff, so it's kit Ada, kit thread. I don't even know which way up it goes. I think it goes this way. That is where I am. For some mad reason, I thought it'd be a really great idea to start a Dimensions Gold kit as part of Stitch Mania. I think it's just maybe had like 2 days stitching on it, ever. I'm like, I started in the middle, so I'm kind of around here somewhere. I just feel a bit sick about it. Now I know it's got 2 needles in it for some reason. Now it's been called, and I'm like, I've got a stitch on it. I actually feel quite stressed about it, and I think it's because it is so long since I touched it, and it's so massive, and I'm going to have to work out where I am in it. I'm actually a little bit worried about it, but I think perhaps this is the push I need to just actually sit down and hold on. This small person was trying to talk to me. Are you alright? Anyway, what time is it? It was 10 o'clock. Better wrap this up. So I do feel a little bit sick about it, but I think this is the push I need to actually get going on it and figure out where I am and make some more progress. So we'll see how that goes on a Tuesday. I'm just going to fold it back up quietly, put it in. I think it will show me that either I need to restart it or that I can get motoring on it. But it's going to give me a kick up the backside, whatever, isn't it? So, which I desperately need. So yeah, that's my challenge for February, and again in a super fancy project then. Right, and then I have 2 new starts that have been called for February, which I'm super excited about. I don't know when I'm going to start them, I've just got to start them at some point in February. The first one is in this amazing Teresa Kogut project bag by Penelope's Pocket, but it is not a Teresa Kogut. This was a Christmas present from my husband. I'm so excited about starting it. It's scarlet letter, and it is one of their kind of like tapestry style ones. And it is called Needlework Panel of a Fruit Tree with 2 Animals. Snappy. But look at it, it is amazing. It's full coverage. I'm so excited. So excited to start it. This bag has got nothing in it, so I think I might have to spend this afternoon kitting this up. But it's just DMC, I'm pretty sure. I have a full set of DMC, so that won't be a problem. It is DMC. And I have plenty of just fabric, so I suspect my plan is to do this in 36 count 2/2. That is my preferred 36 count 2/2, and I think particularly because it's a tapestry, that'll give it that lovely kind of full bulky look. So yeah, absolutely love it, really excited. The book is beautiful, it gives you like lots of close-ups of some of the detail inside. So I can't wait to get started on that. There's a lot of colours in it now I'm looking at it, actually. A lot of colours, but I will have them. So it's not, or 26 colours it says. 26 colours. Yeah, super excited, super excited. Yeah. Kit that up this afternoon. So that's the first one. Can't wait to get started on that. And then the second one is in another Penelope's Pocket project bag. This froggy one. There is a story as to why this is in this project bag. I will share in a minute. But it is the Blue Flower Seasons of the Heart Summer. This is actually kitted up. This has been kitted up for a while. So I put it on my Whipgo board to finally make a start on it. Now, if you watched me like before, you will know that on this piece of fabric I have already stitched Seasons of the Heart Spring. So pretty. Gave me a fair bit of trouble, did Seasons of the Heart Spring. I don't think I've ever frogged a project as much in my life. Hence, the bag. I don't know why. I know other people have had similar problems. I think it's because you have to count the heart really accurately, otherwise you end up in a total mess. And I ended up in a total mess. I just kept having to pull bits out. Anyway, this piece of fabric is big enough to do all 4 seasons. I won't FFO them until I've done all 4. That's the reason they're not FFO'd, because I haven't done all 4, not because I never FFO anything. But yes, summer is all kitted up, and so I'm quite excited to get started on that at some point this month. You can buy these patterns now. I used to have, I don't have at the moment, I'm debating whether to restart it, a punch needle and primitive stitcher. Oh, I'd never noticed that. Sarah always sends like little cards. The project bags, they often have these little, what do you call them? Stitch markers. You know, they're just the safety pin ones. And this one, I've just seen has this awesome, I don't think I've ever seen it before, this awesome froggy charm on it. Is that going to show? Come on. Show. Hey! Oh. Go on, show it. Doesn't want to, does it? It nearly did. Go on. There. Look at him. He's fabulous. Oh, I love him, Sarah. Never noticed him before. Anyway, I digress. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm debating whether to start my punch needle and primitive stitches subscription again. But anyway, I had the subscription when the year these were published. So I have all 4 from my subscription to Punch Needle and Primitive Stitch magazine. And that's it. That's all I have for you. I am going to go because one of my children, as you've seen, has been past and trying to get my attention and giving me dirty looks and whatnot. I think she probably wants some breakfast, given it's 10 o'clock after parenting. Yeah, I was going to talk to you a little bit about FFOing, but I think this has been longer than I thought. What, I think about 45 minutes? Wow. So I will leave that till next time, because I wasn't planning to do it before I next see you anyway. So I think that's everything. Thank you so much for stopping by. Well done if you made it to the end. I am really enjoying doing these again. I hope you are enjoying watching them. If you are and you haven't subscribed yet, I would love it if you could hit the subscribe button and get notifications about when I film, because I think I'll be doing it more regularly this year. Anyway, I better go make my children some breakfast. So until I see you next time, in a couple of weeks, I very much hope, enjoy your stitching. See you later, Stitchers. Bye.